One that we found is talking about the 25% budget cuts when they were talking to these guys here, and one of the string of emails, again on the 25% when they're saying, you know, which bit of 25% don't you understand? Again, it was the pressure for all of these plants to cut their budgets that much. Again, a long line of saving money, cutting the budget. At the ISOM unit, which was the one that blew up, they knew that they were building a new unit next door, and while a flare cost a lot, they could just tie a pipe in from that unit to a flare on another brand new unit they were building, and that only cost $150,000, and that was much less than the $2 or $3 million to build a flare. So they went out and did an engineering spec on it, came back and says, we can make this unit a lot safer, we can run it to a flare like all units are supposed to be run to, and we can do it by just putting a pipe on that unit and running it to a flare at this new unit, and it'll only cost $150,000. And the plant manager at the time said, no, we're not going to spend it, and his next comment was just bank the savings in 99.9% of the cases. The precursor, the pre-warnings to an explosion in Texas City. Same as we saw at other facilities, but there were internal and external reports time and time again that talked about the potential for a major catastrophe at Texas City. This was one of their internal reports, talked about people would be killed unless they significantly improved their performance. This was another one. This was an external report by Beta Industries that talked about the fact that in the year they inspected, 2 years before the explosion, there were 80 fires at that one plant. Now, you're not supposed to have any fires at a plant. They had 80. And because of that, they recognized that the valves, pipes, and everything else were all shot, leaks everywhere, and as a consequence, the plant posed a potential for a major site incident. And that's basically just a major explosion is what they're talking about. Again, more of them, internal reports, disaster is going to happen, more of it. He's the assistant plant manager saying something bad's really going to happen. A month before, 2 months before our explosion, we found out they had done a comprehensive survey of all the BP employees. This was like 2,000 employees, and they had done this confidentially. And the summary of the report, and this was the opinions of all the employees, management and hourly at Texas City. And they condensed all of those as an outside survey company into the attitudes and values at that facility. And every plaintiff lawyer wants to argue in every case that the dirty, rotten company put profits over people. And in our case, we actually got Exhibit A, which was their own document that not only said they put money over people, that their own report from their own management people and their own employees uniformly across the board unanimously said, we here at BP put making money number one, and we put people dead last. Dead literally.